So I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, players, to the Open Doors to Twilight. This is our first stream, so uh, for everybody who might tune in tonight, this is going to be session 1. For us, it's the beginning of the real story. We have already introduced our characters to one another through the telling of the very beginning of this story in a sweet little prologue that began with all of our titular heroes as children in the little forest valley cliffside hamlet of Olive Hollow in the Olivernia Duchy on the south end of the Kingdom of Harvonia, which is known as the largest and most prosperous kingdom on the continent of Iad and in the world of Iadima. Iadima is a very, very intrinsically magical place where ley lines run over, beneath, and through the surface of the world, and magic is a part of everything, living and otherwise. There are the influences of spirits and mortals alike, where you have elements of political intrigue happening at the higher levels of the politique of the royal courts and international relations between places like Shorahan and Oshana. And in fact, let's show everybody sort of what we're dealing with here.
Ooh.
So Harvonia is here, and this is just sort of the general map that we're going to be working with for the continent of Iad. So our story actually began and is sort of reconvening down here in just north of an area called Virgin's Pass. So, before we really get started, giving some shouts out to the various programs and talented minds behind those programs that made some of this art and music and just this game in general possible. First, Discord, where we are getting our voice recordings through. Twitch and Rowberry here, who is streaming our little Adventurers Anonymous group. And we'll start with Incarnate, which is the software that I used to create this map and others. A program called Imagine Pro. It is an AI art generator that I use to generate a lot of the images and character art. And I know some of the others here have used other tools to generate their own art. Of the specifics, I'm not totally sure, but I'm sure they were more than happy to give them shout-outs when I roll around to introductions. Let's see, what else? Suno. It is an AI music generation tool that we found a couple weeks ago, actually, and when I realized how good it was after Rowberry showed us a few songs, I think we all sort of had a moment of obsession where we sat behind our computer screens and just generated music for hours and days on end.
Yeah, we really did.
Let's see, am I forgetting missing Foundry and the Forge VTT. So the Forge VTT is our server hoster for Foundry, and Foundry is the tool with which we are playing our online Dungeons and Dragons. This Dungeons and Dragons campaign uses a little bit of homebrew elements and a few things borrowed from some other brilliant minds. For example, the Witch class from Worlds Beyond Number, which is a brilliant podcast, GM'd by Brendan Lee Mulligan and hosted by him, Brendan Lee Mulligan, Lou Wilson, Erica Ishii, and Abria Iyengar. And they do phenomenal work. If anybody tunes in, and anybody who has tuned in, check them out. I think some of their episodes are free wherever you can find your podcasts, and they also have a Patreon. You can find them by searching up Worlds Beyond Number. They do not sponsor us. I just love them. This is what else? I think that might be it. So shouts out to those various groups and wonderful people who probably don't even know that they have made this possible. And also introductions to who we are. We are Adventurers Anonymous. I am your GM for this particular campaign, the Open Doors to Twilight. My name is Sam. But that's about as important as I get. And we also have the wonderful players at this table. We have Rowberry playing the Tortle Monk Lopeg. We have Maki playing the Tiefling Witch. Shout out Worlds Beyond Number. We have the Tiefling Witch Lenora. Sorry. And we have Colin playing the Half-Orc fighter core. And last but certainly not least, we have Joseph playing the Astral Elf artificer cleric, eventually something else.
Another caster. Another caster.
I'm gonna have so much fun with my spells.
Just a sorcerer as well.
Hey, I mean, meta magic is amazing.
Okay.
Hey, I could twin spell some healing, make it even more. Hey, actually, that's a really good idea. I might do that.
we are playing with feats. Feats are not optional. They are very much things that you can have in this world. So, I mean, hey, if you want to pick up the Meta Magic Adept, be my guest.
Oh, that is true. I could.
All of that being said, does anybody else have any programs, whatever they would like to shout out? Whatever art generation tools or talent innate in their own ability? Wink, wink, Colin.
Colin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that what
cool.
makes them all like flash and everything?
Oh, that's really cool.
Cool.
Very cool.
I'm scared now. Yeah. Great.
Summer just becomes a very small chibi character for one of the sessions.
Everyone has like really badass looking characters except for me.
Oh, come on. Everybody's characters are
Summer's
fantastic.
cool.
I love them. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit, actually. Anybody else have anything they want to?
I am good.
I think I'm good.
We know you're good. You're all fantastic. Thank you for being
Aw.
here. So yeah, let's real quick run through what we are looking at here. How do I do images in here? Here we go. Boom. Boom.
Are you pulling all
Okay.
of our images up?
I'm going to do that, yeah.
I'm
I'm
also
going to
adding
do
all of the inventions that Summer has made over the 2 years in college to my journal.
Let's see.
Oh, I
Can
haven't
I add to my journal? Went through traumatic experience, ended up on top of mountain.
Yeah, you can put whatever you so choose. You can write your journals in character. You can do anything your heart's desire with.
If I write it in character, it's gonna be really depressing.
God, probably.
Lenora
Yeah,
is just
so
like
in our prologue, our resident tiefling witch sort of had a hard time of it with a lover who turned out to be not who they said they were, and also probably the most evil bastard on the planet. So
yeah.
EGs make great lovers.
Yeah, they do. I thought that, and
vice
now
versa.
I'm regretting it.
And vice versa, my friend. That point right there is a two-way street for certain. All right.
I'm scared. I'm scared for what's gonna happen.
Boom.
I'm so excited.
I'm
So
excited.
from top to bottom, if our stream has our chat window popped up here.
Oh
It
shit!
does.
You sent them in there.
It does.
How did you
Oh.
do that? That's so cool. You sent it twice.
It's a module on Foundry
Oh, I
where it's
sent
called
it
chat
twice?
images.
Yeah, you were so efficient. You did it twice.
Okay.
They didn't do that for
sure
me.
did.
Oh, and now you removed them all.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just do it again real quick. It did not take me very long.
It's fine. If it does it again, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, this is the very first time I have DM'd anything that wasn't Theater of Mind. So, just hey, bear with me.
Boundaries
Listen,
new for
when
all of us.
we were in our theater of mind, I was adding in technical difficulties every once in a while.
That is true. That is true. Joseph had a horrible bout of his internet being just
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes.
absolutely shot. Now, if I send this, okay, I
There you
guess
go.
it did not load Lenora's for some reason.
I think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
There. Why can't I see the stream?
You
Oh,
scroll down
just
too far?
reload your page.
Oh, it says offline in the top corner.
Reload it.
Ah,
Yeah, just reload.
beautiful.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing.
Glorious.
Nope, you're fine. I'm watching it. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I'm going to mute this so I can stop hearing myself twice. Alrighty. So that is our little brief overview of what Iadima looks like and what we are dealing with. Let's zoom in just a little bit more to the Kingdom of Harvonia. This is a map of our duchies and such. The olive green in the bottom is the Duchy of Olivernia. The orange to the left is the Dunboros Duchy. The lime green up in the top left of the main area there is, I believe, Arbitera Duchy. I am not looking at a list of what these actually are. I'm doing this all by memory.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Yellow, I believe, is Harvonius Duchy, and the maroon burgundy, that's island in the center, and the island up north, that is the Hagenan Duchy. We have the pink fuchsia just to the right of the yellow there, that is the Merlin Duchy.
The best
And
duchy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. How?
Press spacebar.
With your imagination.
Yes, that is the Merlin Duchy there. The blue in the center, the light blue is, I believe that is Igranos Duchy. And to the north of that, the teal we got going on, that is Moritari. And to the right of that is the one name that I don't remember, even though I wrote all of the lore to this by myself.
The struggle is real.
That would be Brunswick. Yes. House Brun is the house that is in control. And in order of what I said these, that would be House Oliverne, House Dunbar, House Arbiter, House Harvonius, which same name as their duchy, and then House Hagen, House Egron, House Moritari, and then House Braun. So those are the 9 noble houses of Harvonia. And we'll sort of get into how and why House Harvonius, despite being the namesake of the kingdom, is not actually the seat of royal power right now. The current king of Harvonia, I believe, is Wentworth Hagen II. I think that's right. Let me check my notes. And this time I actually am checking notes. Because I have a horrible habit of no, not the second. This is just Wentworth Hagen. Yeah. House Hagen is the seat of royal power currently. So, why do I not have music?
Because it ran out.
Ah. So, we're going to do another little zoom in to the town of Olive Hollow. And boom. Here we are.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
Oh, that's so cool.
Here in Olive Hollow, where
So cute.
our main cast of characters sort of grew up under the guidance of their wonderful parents, each and every one of them, and or parent in some cases, as well as
Don't
the
bring up
tutelage,
deceased.
as well as the tutelage of R.I.P. Tor. He will be missed. Under the tutelage of the lovely and kind witch, Lady Patera, otherwise known to you all as the Moth Mother. That is her witch's epithet, which is something that a lot of witches tend to have if they have made a name for themselves in the world of their spheres. Lady Patera has watched over you all since you were 6, 7, 9, 11 years old, and she loves you all very, very much, and has done so. And in the chat there we have Lady Patera in her most commonly assumed form. So, Olive Hollow, in the last year and a half, in your absence, Lenora, Yes, Moth Mommy. In fact, that is another name by which some might know her. So, Lenora, in the last year and a half or so that you have been gone, Olive Hollow has changed a bit. And by that I mean, upon finally returning, I think just after the intensity of your experiences under the manipulations of Idwin, the man that you came to love at the tender age of 17, he turned out to be not so in love with you. And after that sort of experience, the last few days you've been holed up in what has essentially become your personal bedroom at Lady Patera's house. I don't think, or do you think you would have gone home?
Oh, I definitely wouldn't have gone home.
Okay. So, you are in Lady Patera's house and sulking. Some news that Lady Patera shares with you as maybe on the 6th day of the first week that you've been home, she's been sort of giving you the space that she thinks that you need, and by all rights you definitely do. She shares with you the news that your father has not returned to Olive Hollow in some time. For when Lady Patera finally shared the news with them that you were not dead, but just hard to find. And during those months that Lady Patera spent searching for you, your father grew restless in his feeling of uselessness and left Olive Hollow to find you himself. And according to your mother, Lady Patera tells you, and well, dear, it seems that your mother has lost correspondence with your father some month or two ago.
Lenora just sits there and says nothing. And there's this kind of like glassy, blank stare that she's giving Lady Patera.
I'm sure he's alright. If it would make you feel better, I can spare some magic and search for him, if you would like.
Lenora gives a light nod, like just once.
Okay. I'm sorry, dear. And she backs out of your room, a familiar voice chirps up from crawling out underneath your pointy witch's hat that you've set next to yourself on your bed. So how are you? And this is the voice of Corvus, whose mood and form has changed quite a bit since the rest of everyone has seen. Oh, what a song to be playing right now. Corvus, the last time we saw her, was a night black raven, crow companion, which is familiar, of Lenora. And Lenora, you're not really sure when, because your memory has just been foggy whenever you try to remember this last year, and you're not really sure when it happened, but one day Corvus was not a raven anymore, and she was a moth. How do I show that portrait to you guys?
You should be able to just click on my portrait and then it should say show players.
Okay.
And also a important thing,
Mhm.
I no longer wear my hat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just have it.
Yeah, I would have it, but I
Yeah.
won't wear it.
Okay. Corvus peeks out and says, so are you like alright? Or
Lenora will lay down in the bed and just kind of like cover herself up and try to sleep.
And
My fucking heart.
I think Corvus will sort of inch up to you, and yeah, that was the wrong music. Inch up to you and sort of just give you a little moth kiss on the cheek and just whisper, I'm sorry.
Can I roll to see if I can sleep?
Yeah, give me a wisdom saving throw, but do it at disadvantage, and I'll tell you why in a second. The reason you cannot sleep, besides the fact that it is noon, a grossly familiar voice
Oh no.
chimes into your head, saying, you know, I told you I wouldn't let you forget. And now you just want to pout and pout.
Fuck that guy.
Can we kill him yet?
Fuck that guy.
And
At that.
If you would like to respond, you have 25 words to respond. You just received a sending spell.
Oh, it's sending?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just scream in his ear.
I'm not gonna respond.
Blow his eardrums out.
But I am going to get up and kind of pick up Corvus in my hands and put her on top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And walk to the door and try and go, I guess, downstairs or wherever, like the library would be. I forget exactly where that would be in the house, but...
Okay. Yeah, and as you walk down to the library, we are going to cut to Summer Rain
Oh.
at the Merlin Institute, where you have spent the last 2 years.
And everything has been great.
You've had a wonderful time.
Everyone else is like miserable and trauma, and I'm just having a great old time.
You have been here at the premier magical study university institute in probably the whole world. And kicking at your studies to boot. You were a pocket pick for the Quigbee team. Somehow having just like in the moment of tryouts, you were like, I might as well try out everything. And when you tried out, it clicked and you made it on the team, and through effort and effort and effort and effort, you ended your career on the Quigbee team as a star fucking player. Star player.
Well, it's simply mathematics, you see.
And aside from the Quigbee team, we have seen Summer in the prologue. We have seen it. Nobody else has seen it. So to our viewers, Summer Rain rolled a series of phenomenal fucking checks for his basically his midterms and his finals for each one of his courses and study tracks.
Semester.
Each semester and each year, and has left his second year. He began his term. Summer, you began your term there on a 2-year full ride, based on your portfolio submitted by your wonderful parents. Your tenure, your time here has been well spent. So well spent, in fact, that the headmaster himself offered to cover your next 2 years whenever you should wish to return to your studies, though he knows that you must go, and we'll get to why you must go in a minute here. But we are going to first mention the new sort of part of your life that has also come with being a model student at this magic school. And that is in the form of Miss Dwindling Embers after Twilight, which is the common name for this young drow woman that you met in some of your first weeks of schooling. And you stayed friends through your first year, but in your second year you sort of started to realize that, oh, shit, she's been flirting with me this whole time.
Completely.
And it was truly a storybook sort of beginning to this relationship. There were awkward moments of accidentally hand touching and getting into moments where potentially you were having a conversation and you realized, oh, there's a book right above her head that I need to grab off that shelf. And as you were reaching for it, you sort of realized, oh shit, my face is really close to hers right now. And eventually it all culminated in confessions of love and the potential of future. And well, I mean, hey, when the first daughter of a noble house sort of confesses her love to you and asks you to one day, marry her, what else do you do but say yeah? Especially when she is so willing to finance your tinkering aspects.
That was not the reason.
No, not the reason.
The plus.
Summer Rain is no gold digger. Your
sugar mama.
I do. I really do.
Your feelings for Ember are quite genuine. It is just a very nice added bonus that she happens to be extremely rich and willing to just throw money at your new business, Rain Tech. And things are in full swing, my boy. You are visiting your workshops. You are visiting Mr. Dog Kennelly, who has. Where do I have Dog? Let me throw a picture of Dog. Hubert. Yes, full name Hubert Kennelly. People just call him Dog. Because he's one of the dogs, dog. And he is your head tinkerer, meeting with Dog and getting your ideas off the ground, getting your prototypes built, getting your workshops open, hiring, screening, inventing prototype after prototype after prototype after disaster after disaster after disaster until it's perfect. And you're finally think it's perfect. Because you get a call on a sending stone that you share with Dog, and he tells you, "Hey, boss, I think this is the one."
Oh, wonderful. I will be there momentarily.
But you don't really get the chance to go there because something a little bit more pressing comes up quite quickly, in fact, almost immediately after you receive this sending, and you get a message, a sending spell from Lady Pitera, telling you, "Hello, dear. I found her, and she is home." And that's the whole message.
Summer will just kind of slump into his chair and let out a long sigh. And I suppose it's time to go home. Alright, so much to do, so much things to get done, and he's gonna get up and immediately just start kind of like packing up. And then he's gonna head over to the storefront that he owns with Ember and kind of do some arrangements for him to head back home, at least for a little bit, and make sure they're operating all right without him.
Yeah, Ember sees you show up with all of your shit shoved in a pack, and she's sort of understands. She's like, I think you do you think you would have given her, given her the skinny on what sort of is going on with Lenora and that? Like, would you have let her know that it's like, yes, my sister's been missing, and...
Yeah, no, probably would have withheld the specifics of the changeling and assassins and that kind of stuff. And like who Lady Patera is and why her apprentice is being targeted and stuff like that.
Right.
But I definitely would have told her like my sister was kidnapped and that's why I left, and we've been waiting to hear from her and blah blah blah. So
yeah, and I think when she sees you pull up with your pack, she gets a very briefly like sad look in her eye, and you get the feeling it's like, oh, she's sad that you have to go, but then it quickly turns into her trademark very warm countenance where she continence is when you shit, I think. So countenance, that's when you
when you did.
countenance, that's the face, not shitting. So
That's constipation.
Her very warm countenance, where she just looks to you and she goes, so your sister's home, I assume.
Yes. I don't know how long I'll be gone, but if they would like, I would love to bring them all here and show them everything that we've built together and introduce you in person. I've told you so much about them. I would love for you to meet.
And she takes your hands and gives you a quick peck on the cheek, and she says, I would love that. As your family, they're always welcome. While you're gone, I will take care of everything. So
right.
Don't you worry. And when she says don't you worry, on you, she sort of pokes you on your little pointy nose. And she says,
that actually reminds me. And I'll look over to Dog, who just finished the prototype, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I had discussed with you previously the gift that I had for her. Do you remember?
Yes.
The sight link stone, but I also used my artificer tinkering on it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I'll be like, wait here for just one moment, and I'll run to the back of the shop where I'm assuming he's finished it. And I'll bring it out and be like, right, so I know I'll be gone, but ta-da! And I'll hold it up to her.
Is this?
Yes, this is the Sightlink stone, my prototype. And this one is I specially made it for you. When you activate it, it has the mint spell of my magic.
Oh. And she, her voice quivers a little bit as she just, you're so sweet. And she throws her arms around you and she goes, I love it. I will give you a call when you get there, and we will know for absolute certain. Or is there another one we can test to see if it works now? And Dog holds up the other end, of which he would give to, he is making final tuning adjustments to, with like a little multi-tool, like screwing something in, like resonating something with some sort of crystal, and like very Doctor Who sonic screwdriver vibe happening here with Dog. And he hands it to you and he goes, yeah, go ahead and test it out, you guys.
Absolutely. I'll take the stone and activate it. Is there feedback? Because we're standing next to each other.
No. So actually, there is not, because it travels on ley frequency. It's very different, like very different wave-like sort of technology. Like it's not like transceiver radio.
Gotcha.
where there would be feedback of radio signals bouncing right back. It's very much controlled one way, controlled the other way, rather than just signals randomly bouncing until they catch somewhere. So the Sightlink Stone travels on innate ley line magic. It essentially, like, the biggest hurdle for creating this Sightlink Stone for Rain Tech was finding the right ley frequency to basically just totally commandeer an entire layer of extremely minor ley lines that run basically everywhere.
Gotcha.
So there will be areas where, like, yeah, service is bad. But there are most areas in, like, Harvonia, for instance, are very much heavily populated by these extremely tiny ley lines running parallel, perpendicular, every which way. And she gets a little image of you and a little waft of mint, and the audio of your voice comes through, even though she can hear you from just a few feet away. And on your end, you get an image of her live feed, and it's not in full color necessarily. What would you say is the color of?
Probably I'll stick with the image that I generated that I made for Core, the little holographic thing. So probably like blue.
Okay, yeah. So it's like a holographic blue. It's like, like very, very Obi-Wan, you're our only hope type vibe going on here. And it flickers every now and again, but Summer Rain, the elf artificer, has basically invented fantasy FaceTime.
I love that.
So
Congratulations.
You have no idea.
Yeah, Joseph and I literally spent hours one night, like, figuring out what would be like the actual logistics of like what spellcraft would have to go into something like this, and like how much money it would actually cost to get a business up and running. I on the spot created like a series of like registration forms, like things that he would have to register and do in order to, 1, register with the Tinkerers Guild, and 2, register with the Merchants Guild in order to market something like this, patents, that sort of thing. So yeah, you are currently one of the most brilliant inventive minds at level 2.
Yeah.
So
God.
It tracks. It tracks.
And yeah, so that all being said, Ember looks at it and she loves it. She puts a hand over her mouth as she gasps in sort of like noble etiquette, because hiding the mouth is a thing for some reason. And she just says, I love it, and I love you. I hope to see you back here as soon as you're comfortable with. Just know that I will miss you, but don't let that make you rush back here, okay? I know it's been some time since you've seen your family, and I want you to have a good time, okay?
You are incredible.
No, you are. And she pokes you on the nose again when she says you. And Dog just sort of is just like, all right, so...
Anyways,
hey, this is great, right? Yeah, so I'll be working with Miss Ember, and we will get everything, up to snuff, cleared away, ready to ship. We will get our guys on the production line. We're going to finish making some fine-tuning on the actual commercial models of these, and yeah, we'll be ready to ship out a couple thousand in couple months, few months.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just remember that we offered the first I guess it would be the second prototype to the dean of the college. He was very interested in it, and I think that's it.
Oh,
if you have any questions, be sure to call me. I will have my sight link stone on me.
Perfect. He claps his hands together, twirls his little all-purpose tool, and tucks it like behind his ear. Because when his all-purpose tool, he likes it to take the form of like a carpenter's pencil when it's like idling. He tucks it, twirls it from the like screwdriver wrench thing that it was before, twirls it in his hand. As he twirls it, it morphs into a carpenter's pencil. He slickly tucks behind his ear, and he says, "All right, I'm back to it. Hey, boss, I'll see you when you get back."
All right, say goodbye to your daughter for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't work too hard.
Well, you know me. And he shuffles off to the workshop in the back room there. And as you get ready to go visit the teleportation circle network, the headmaster has made a teleportation circle for you. There is a hub of like teleportation circles to like major cities and stuff. There is one specifically for you. You are the only student allowed to use it. It's kept under lock and key. Goes straight to Olive Hollow.
That's awesome.
It's
just a thing there.
You are the favorite student. Like you are like. He is like Dumbledore, and you are like Harry Potter without the horribly toxic and over-expected relationship of being the chosen one.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'll give him a really like sturdy handshake and just be like, "Oh, and our prototype has just finished, and they will probably be bringing it by at the end of the week, I would suppose."
Ah, that's wonderful, dear boy. That's wonderful. Now, you have a family to get back to.
Yes.
Now,
thank you for everything, really.
You say that as if this is some sort of goodbye. I expect to see you back here.
Of course, yes. I will definitely return.
All right.
Doesn't return.
Now, keep going, scamp. Slaps you on the back, pushes you into the teleportation circle. And for all those curious, this is Dean / Headmaster Hieronymus Barling. Come on, please load. You
just
turd.
remembered that I posted my sight links.
He really is just Theodore Roosevelt as Dumbledore.
I love it.
Absolutely. I love Theodore Roosevelt, and I sort of like Dumbledore as a concept. If Dumbledore had been written by somebody who knew how to write.
That doesn't work.
All my homies poke holes in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So, as you fall through this teleportation circle, we are going to cut to Core.
Our favorite boy.
Okay.
Core.
Pretty. Yes.
Here's the sight link stone, by the way.
You are on the road, as the title of the scene suggests.
All right.
You are walking. Are you with your horse?
Happy, yeah, absolutely. Make sure Happy doesn't stray too far.
Happy is typically not one to stray. He is a sentient life form after all. A traumatized druid who refuses to leave his wild shape. It has been some months since the dissolution of the Twilight Knights. Where do you think you are headed?
Yeah, at this point, definitely back home towards Olive Hollow. We've been on the road for a little bit, and I don't know exactly how far we are yet, but we are on the way.
All right.
On the way there.
So yeah. And I think you are about to be. Now, from where you were, somewhere around Cordone.
Right, we were quite far up north, weren't we?
Yeah, around about Cordone, which is just north of the A in Harvonia. First A in Harvonia, if you want to pop over to the Harvonia map to get your bearings. Would you be going like the Harvonius route, like going to Harvonius and then taking ship's passage, or are you taking the land route? Either going west or east.
Let's see. I think we would probably want to take the land route going east down through that forest if we're able to.
Yes. So long as you follow the very coast along the edge of the Great Wood, you will not get lost forever inside of its foliage.
Okay, good. That is good.
Yeah, as you would know as a now seasoned adventurer, going through the Great Wood is, yes, going through the Great Wood is something that people can't really do unless they're guided by or being an elf. The forest straight up makes you get lost either forever or wind up right back where you started. So I would say if you've been traveling since maybe not since, you probably wandered around for a little while.
Yeah.
After the tragedy. But let's say you're just coming out of this span of trees down here. Probably down here somewhere.
Yep.
Where you Oh, I just realized that a lot of people couldn't see what we were doing. That's totally fine. You don't really need to know.
That's for me to find out.
Our little two-man party after the sort of sadness of losing Gunnar and the wounding of what was her name?
Hold on, I have it actually.
Liesel.
Liesel.
Yeah. Liesel and Ovas. You haven't seen them since.
Yeah. I haven't heard from them at all.
But something in your heart tells you that they're at least alive somewhere.
Okay.
You are walking with Happy when you get a sending from Lady Patera with the same wording almost as the one Summer received. Hello, dear. I've found her, and she is home. Where are you?
Oh, that's great news. On the road to Olive Hollow right now. I'll be there. And how much time would I estimate that would be?
From there to Olive Hollow, probably looking at like a week, just because the terrain up in this area and this area here is very hilly and sort of not very well roaded. Yeah, so like a week.
Okay, be there in a week, and he won't say much after that.
Yeah, she doesn't message you. Actually, yes, she does. She sends you another one and says, "Very good. We'll see you soon. We miss you, and we love you. Be safe." And you are on your way. Happy sort of looks at you after noticing you stop, and he does a little horse chortle, nose sniff, grunt sound that horses make. I'm not an animal sound effects guy. No, not quite like that, but
close enough.
And sort of cocks your head in a way that horses don't normally do, but because this horse used to be a furbolg most of the time.
Yeah, he does not treat Happy like a horse at all. He didn't pet him or anything like that.
Yeah.
Talk to him like a person.
Yeah, he just sort of looks at you like, "What's up, man? Like, what's the deal?" Doesn't say anything, obviously. He's a horse, but...
Yeah. Excuse me. Happy. We're already on the way home, but we got some good news, finally. My sister... I don't know how much I told you about her, but they finally found her, so... We have something to look forward to, right?
He does that little, horse braying where he, will rear his head back and bring it down and shake it, that is good news, as if to say that is great news. And then he actually lowers, his head and his back a little bit for you to get on.
Are you sure? I don't want to take advantage, or...
He stamps his hoof into the dirt.
Oh, all right. You made your point. I just hope this isn't weird. He'll kind of hop up on Happy and let him do the driving.
Happy books it. He knows where Olive Hollow's at. He goes full speed. You will now be there in 4.5 days.
Oh, sweet.
So we will cut away from Thor to... Oh my goodness.
As soon as Lopeg comes up, he says BRB.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, we'll take this time to give a little shout out once again to the Forge VTT, Foundry VTT, and I think they're just Foundry Tabletop, aren't they?
So Forge is the website we're using to host.
Yes.
And Foundry is the VTT.
Yes, I know, but the Forge VTT, that's their URL at least, or Forge VTT. Very cool service. If you are looking to host games on Foundry, they're very cool and relatively cost effective. I found it very easy to learn how to use with Maki's guidance because I am technologically inept. But the Forge and the tutelage of Maki made it very easy. So I am appreciative of that and everyone involved with helping me with that. We will also give a shout out to Rowberry for not being here when we need him most.
He always does this too. As soon as it's his turn or it's his thing, he's always gone.
I feel like it's intentional at this point. Like,
It really is intentional.
He's like, oh, I'm about to be up. Time to go.
God, our tortle is so slow too. It's been 3 minutes. Be right back? More like be back.
So
back now.
Yeah, everyone.
We could provide a little context to kind of about what happened with Lenora.
Yeah, so a little bit of context. So things that happened in the prologue, a little bit here.
Oh, he's back.
What's going on?
Of course.
We're gonna cut to you, Lopeg, in just a second here. I started doing a thing that I don't think I can stop.
You're good.
A little bit of context.
Real quick, GM, if you are looking at the map, you have not pulled any of us to the map yet.
Yeah, but we can go there manually.
That's fine. I am just here because I like looking at it.
It's a pretty map. It's fair.
If everyone else wants to look at it, here you go. So, context. The prologue. The major things that sort of happened were Lenora wasn't ever really allowed to leave the house due to her... I'm remiss to call it a condition, but in the eyes of society it sort of is. Being a tiefling. In this world, tieflings aren't ancestrally linked to infernal beings. It's more of like a random thing that occurs sometimes to literally any race. You could be a human, marry a human, get jiggy with another human and have a baby. That baby comes out with horns and off-colored skin. And in the eyes of society, it is viewed as sort of a curse, a blemish on the family name, yada yada. Horrible, really, but that's, sort of where it would sort of go if we're kind of looking at the realm of realistic ish. As realistic as you can get when you are looking at a super magic fantasy land.
Does that happen with any race, or is it just humans?
It is any race. So, like...
It could be a tortle tiefling?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm getting at here, because that's just interesting to me.
Yeah. Basically, it can happen to an elf, it can happen to a half-orc, happen to tortles, it can happen anywhere. So what sort of causes it is basically everything that's not humanoid or basically everything that's not like humanoid or like very basic creature type like beast, humanoid, whatever, is categorized as a spirit here, and they hail from a place called Elsewhere, which is sort of like a mirror of actual Eodema. And sometimes spirits come through, and you have sort of infernal type spirits that will sort of touch on the soul or the forming spirit of a newborn child that can cause them to be born as a tiefling. In Lenora's case, her parents were worried that society would harm her in some way, shape, or form, and boy, oh boy, did it, and not the way they expected. Lenora met a young man, mid to late 20s, named Idwin, and he seemed great when she met him. He was kind, he was handsome, he was charming, and also helpful when she needed him to be. They ended up sort of eloping, and not in the way that you get you run off and get courthouse married, but in just sort of the way that you run off in general together. But then it sort of turned out that he was modifying her memory, casting charm spells on her to sort of do his bidding in not like
The
well,
fantasy
actually,
world Bill Cosby.
Yeah, he's bad. So yeah, that's like, so the gist of it is Idwin is bad person. And
Oh,
a lot
boy.
of that shit in the prologue, we actually just sort of narrated instead of actually role playing that, because I had made a villain so despicable that I was not comfortable putting myself in the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But it made for a good story with this particular character, Lenora, and basically her time with Idwin ended when she woke up on a mountaintop altar. Idwin was attempting to sacrifice her in some sort of ritual that required her status as a fledgling witch. And what the ritual was, Lenora doesn't remember. She remembers him talking about some sort of ritual that would help him do something that he needed her help with specifically, but it wasn't ever really clear what it was, or maybe it was, and Modify Memory just really did its work. And that sort of ended with Lenora freeing herself from her restraints and fleeing from Idwin under threat of combat with Lady Patera, who had found Lenora through scrying and charting the stars, scrying on Corvus, the familiar, who was a raven at the time. And yeah, that's sort of like what went down with Lenora. Kor had also left town, met an adventuring party, sort of started a budding potential relationship with a man named Gunnar, who was a paladin in the adventuring party, the Twilight Knights. And then tragedy struck when a manticore attacked and wounded the human wizard girl Liesel, and Gunnar stayed back to fight it off as he commanded his party to run in fear of death, because at level 2, not really a match for a manticore. Happy, who was so traumatized by the experience, was a Stars Druid, Furbolg Stars Druid, is now permanently a wild-shaped horse, who refuses to leave that form, because it's just easier to be a horse, man.
Max.
I agree.
You've heard of horse girls, well now there's horse boys.
Yep. Oh yeah. But it sort of left the prideful. Is prideful the right word for Kor? He has pride.
Yes.
And confidence in himself, but it's a very reserved pride, I think.
Yes, I think you hit the nail on the head.
A very polite pride. But the situation, one, broke his heart at the death of someone that he was growing to be incredibly fond of, and also a very good and dear friend. Kor ended up being devastated and just sort of giving up on the adventurer's life as he just decided to retire home. Lopeg, in the meantime, his farm had been bought by no other than Idwin, and in the course of that, his father died, and was buried beneath a plum tree. Still one of my most favorite scenes to GM for, that nobody else will ever see besides you four, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It would be lovely to share with our viewers here, but hey, what's in the past is in the past. We move forward. Speaking of moving forward, we are going to not talk about what happened to Summer Rain during the prologue because we already sort of covered all of that. Lopeg.
Yeah.
Back in the here and now. What are you doing?
I believe I was training. What were we saying?
Besides crying.
Listen, I'm okay. I'm training in the Great Woods.
Not everybody had a great time at school.
Yeah.
Oh god, everyone's gonna hate Summer when he comes back.
The Great Wood is vast, magical place. I forgot to make a scene for the Great Wood, and that's fine. We will just use on the road. Boom. So in the Great Wood, you have leafy green trees. You have ferns as tall as people, sometimes 2 people, sometimes even 3. You have mushrooms the size of houses. You have giant jutting crystals here and there, hither, thither, to and fro, all around. You have spirits in their physical forms, fluttering in between brambles, bushes, thickets, and you have elven settlements, either high in the tree canopies or built down on the ground in beautiful structures that almost seem to flow like water, though being very still and solid and sturdy. Everything is very gilded, it seems, despite it being the middle of a fucking forest. You are training with the lovely Jappery Noonfur, your old hair and gone tutor, who is just been running you through it, dude. He's been truly, there are some days he just straight up beats the shit out of you.
It's fair. I mean, I probably deserved it. I gotta get better.
And it's less of, where's my art for good old Jap? Oh, well, Jappery. Guess I better not call him that. Character images. Jappery Noonfur. Here we go. Copy image.
Totally not reminiscent of a certain show from a certain era with turtles and rats.
Hey, we don't talk about it, okay? That's copyright.
I said not.
Wait, am I missing? I'm missing a reference. Because there are a lot of. There are a lot of.
You're totally missing a reference.
There are a lot of
turtles
and rats.
And a rat.
Yeah, I'm a turtle who knows martial arts too.
He's not a rat. He's a
rodent.
rat. He's a rabbit. Needless to say, the Great Wood is a lovely place.
There was also a rabbit in that show.
You will receive no splinters from this wood, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. See, yeah, I'm back on track. Got it? Alright. Jeffrey, kicking your ass, and you are taking it like a champ with your turtle shell defense, buddy. Your elvish guide is just sort of sitting there watching you eating elvish bread and also enjoying whatever sweets you somehow managed to make in the middle of the woods.
Oh, I would be able. I can make anything anywhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're a MF and chef, dude. You got it. You got the tools. You got the know-how. You'll whip it up if need be.
Think Gordon Ramsay, make him a turtle. That's me.
And also make him blind and really honestly too sweet to blow up at anybody in the kitchen, and basically just not Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, exactly.
But Gordon Ramsay. We love Gordon.
Mixed with Jackie Chan.
We love Gordon
There we
Ramsay. All my homies love Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, please sponsor us. So we cut to Jappery sort of standing over you, and you're huffing and puffing as he just gave you an ass whooping, and he says, "Now, dear boy, do better. Straight up, do better."
I thought I was doing pretty good on that one.
Well, hey, sometimes you think and sometimes you do.
What do I need to do better?
Oh, where to begin? First, widen your stance.
All right.
And as you stand up, he like kicks one of your ankles just out a couple inches. Second, it's less in the forearm, more in the hips, okay? Yes, a punch comes from the shoulder, but you need to be turning your hips with the punch. And a kick, you must be rooted, like this tree. And he pets a tree that's next to him, and he just sort of just gives you all of this like weirdly vague, but like somehow like you're like, this is so good. This advice is so good.
Oh yeah, I have complete faith in Jappery.
Yeah, but it's like also some of the vaguest, shit ever.
He's traded me for 10 years. I'm used to this by now.
Yeah. And he pauses, and mid-sentence, and his ears sort of do like a little twitch, and he goes, and we're done. We're done.
Already? I feel like we're cutting the lesson short today.
Yes. So, pack your things. You're going home.
You're messing with me, right? Like we've been out here for so long now. I ain't going home yet.
No, you for sure. You're for sure going home. Lady Patera has found your sister.
She's safe?
She's home.
Yeah, what's the fastest way to get home from here? I need to go immediately.
He points in a direction and says, "Oh, that way."
Lopeg's just gonna run.
He goes, "Oh, okay."
Lopeg's going home.
With your movement speed being what it is as a monk, you're gonna get there in like the same time it would take a core to get there, like 4 days. Leaving the forest without an elven guide, easy to do. It's entering that's the problem. So yeah,
I do have my amulet too.
Oh, that's right. You do have the amulet. I forgot I gave that to you. What a cool item.
It is. For those of you who don't know, it's an amulet that allows me to find my way through the Great Woods with ease.
Oh, nice.
So you run, and you run, and you run, and you get flashes of that night out with Lenora before she started going out without you. You get flashes of her coming in to taste your newest baked good and clean around the bakery, and also cleaning the house with you. And you get flashes of the training that you had back at Lady Patera's cottage, and flashes of all of your brothers and Lenora and the champion of all things.
The entire journey home, Lopeg has just the biggest smile on his face, and it's never leaving for any reason.
As you run, you're not sure if it's just how happy you are as you're running through the trees, you're kicking off of stumps and like just parkour turtle through this forest.
Kind of like a ninja.
Yeah, like you're in the canopies, you're on the forest floor, you're back up in the canopies. You leap through a gap between two trees by popping all of your limbs into your shell and spinning through the air as it goes sideways through this gap, and you pop back out to grab onto the limb of a tree and swing onto another where you plant your foot and just leap off as we have a shot of Lopeg, widest smile on his face that he's ever had as he is soaring above the canopy.
I love him so much.
Your blindfold is wet. You're not sure if it's from how fast you're going or maybe the tears of joy as you just can't wait to get home. We're going to take a little bit of an intermission break here, because I think it's a good pausing moment.
Yeah.
The most
it's a halfway mark.
intense part.
And when we get back, I'm gonna make everybody sad. Yeah.
Yep.
So far, everybody who's tuned in, thank you for tuning in and being here. Everybody else, my wonderful players, thank you also for being here for now. Anybody who needs to go get a snack, get your water, get your beverage, whatever it is that you need to drink to make it through the rest of this session, I encourage you to get it. If you need to use the bathroom, please do so. We'll be back in, let's call it, what are you guys feeling? 10?
8 and 8:15, yeah, something like that. 8:10.
10:15, somewhere in that neighborhood?
Yeah.
All right.
10 is enough.
Works for me.
Yeah.
All right.
10 should be good. All right. I'll be back.
All right.
Alright, we're back.
We are. Welcome back, all of us, and everyone who is tuning in. If you're just now popping in to the stream, don't worry, you've only missed all the important things. Basically, we introduced our characters, whom you can see at the base of the screen. We have Colin as Core, Joseph as Summer Rain, Rowberry as Lopeg, and Maki as Lenora. Sort of an overstatement to say you missed all the important things. We're getting into the really important things now. We were just sort of warming up this first half of our stream here. So, with everybody returning to Olive Hollow after receiving the news in whichever manner you received it. Oh.
She's good. Her power flickered. She's coming back.
Oh. Good deal. Good deal. We are back at Lady Patera's cottage. Boom.
Oh.
It looks so cool.
That is really
For
cool.
some reason, I always pictured a mansion. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Like a gothic mansion.
This is about how I pictured it.
That's fair. I'm just weird with that.
I mean, I definitely pictured it as being more of like an estate because she had like animals and a bunch of kids running around.
It was very much just a rickety little cabin with a bunch of like turrets and gables and just roofing and extra additions added on at various different times, like different types of stone and wood being used in places where they really shouldn't be used. But this is Lady Patera's cottage, and for you, it is your second or third or fourth. It is, at the very least, a home to you.
Oh God.
Where
No.
your mommy, Lady Sarah, your caretaker / tutor, lives. We love Lady Patera. We all love Lady Patera. She's a very cool character, and I like her a lot.
For sure.
So, we cut back there, and Lenora is still sulking, I imagine. Or, actually, no, you were off to do something, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
What were you off to do?
I am trying to find anything about rituals of any sort.
In the library?
Yeah.
Okay, Corvus is going to help you. Give me an investigation check with advantage, please.
Okay. I'm glad my internet came up quite fast, because
It's our first roll.
So yeah.
No, this is like the second. This is like the second.
It's a
roll.
second. Oh,
Yeah.
one of them was.
Oh
just
shit.
Nice, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Very good. Awesome. Rituals that might require a witch's power. You find some really basic stuff at first, like just out in the generic library, but then you remember the cupboard. You get into that cupboard.
I do?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're a witch now, hon. You know what you're doing.
I am a witch.
You are a witch. You get in that cupboard, and Corvus posts up as a lookout outside the door. Because, well, you can be in there, but usually it's like with permission. Like, you know, it would be one of those things where it's like Lady Patera would be like, yeah, you can go in there. Just let me know which book you're grabbing and how long you're gonna need it, and blah 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 blah. But doing it behind her back, you know, usually never a good thing to go behind a witch's back to do anything. Corvus is keeping watch. You find a book, a tome detailing a ritual of some sort. And this book has pages missing where this ritual is detailed, at least how to do it. However, in the introduction page of this particular ritual, it's like an old note, an old journal of some ancient witch. And actually, in the bottom or on the back cover, because this is a very nondescript journal, on the back cover you have a signature of a name that you can't read because it is in a script that you have not been taught yet. But there is a symbol you recognize from your teachings that Lady Pitera imparted upon you of being a witch and being her successor in the Coven of Eld. It is the symbol of the Great Witch, the sister of the coming dusk. Another of the Great Witches and a sister in coven to Lady Pitera. This is a journal of hers. This ritual, it's something. It's using terminology that you don't quite understand just yet. But there is a term in there that you know or have heard before, and that term is if I'm saying this correctly, this term is tabula rasa. And this is a ritual that it does something. It's sort of, actually give me just a straight up wisdom check. This one is just flat wisdom. No advantage or anything. Oh, pretty good. Yeah, from what you understand, it seems like it's a ritual that, and it could mean something more. You're just like, it's sort of like an abstract, like the actual outcome of this ritual. It is a ritual to erase identity, whatever that means. And there are like things required for the ritual are listed, and it's one of them is cursed blood. One of them is wow, my mouth is failing me. Basically this is more of an abstract as well. It's the despair of a lover scorned. Things like a witch's blessing. Things like the whisker of a stray cat. And you're just like, stray cat? Like, how does the ritual know if the cat was stray? But hey, who cares about an explanation? This is magic, bitch. But it's got all these weird things. But yes, you You note erasure of identity and the term tabula rasa. Those are the things that stick out to you, and what those exactly mean are sort of like, and why Edwin might have been interested in something like that is beyond you, but
Okay. I put the book back,
uh-huh.
but kind of keep it in my head where it was at, and I guess I'll just go back to my room.
Okay. As you go back to your room, Lady Patera sees you leaving the library. Doesn't think anything of it. She's like, okay, she just wanted to read a book. That's fine. It seems she's cooking a buckload of food. A lot of food. Lady Patera is cooking all kinds of food. She's got like sandwiches that are making themselves and a ladle stirring a huge pot, like a 2.5 foot tall by like a 1.5 foot across giant pot of spaghetti.
Lovely.
She's got like bread in the oven, fresh butter churned from Melissa, who is still somehow alive.
Good lord.
God, Melissa will live forever.
Melissa is an immortal cow. That actually is canon and just not ever going to be talked about in roleplay. It's
God.
It's just
Everyone
a cow
just accepts that he's still
Yeah.
around.
It's just a thing that Melissa is forever. It all comes back to Melissa in the end. But yeah,
Melissa all along.
just fixing up all this really killer shit. And give me an insight check. Lady Patera must be having guests. That's what you think.
And for the first time, Lenora will speak. Who's coming over?
Oh. My dear, it's so lovely to hear your voice. Your brothers. I told them that you are home.
Why?
Lenora.
Don't they have better things to be doing?
Of course they don't.
She kind of waves her hand, like, brushing that off, I guess, and walks upstairs.
Corvus will flutter after you, and Lady Patera will heave a little sigh as she gets back to making dinner for everyone to eventually show up. And Corvus flutters after you and sort of just says, you know that, like, if they could have known where you were, they would have done everything. And she sort of like falters because it's like she's sort of realizing that like maybe she's saying the wrong thing to you.
God.
Lenora's like, just be quiet.
Oof.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Jeez.
And then she just sort of tucks herself into your hair. And Summer, you arrive at Lady Patera's cottage first.
Oh no.
That was most definitely not the
Um,
one you'd want first.
The sun,
Get my ass.
the sun has set, and the sky swirls with twilight. I would also like to note that the sky on Iadima, the art that we're seeing here at Lady Patera's cottage, the sky actually does do that.
Oh, crazy.
Very cool.
Is that the ley lines and stuff?
It's just all of it. Like there's so much magic happening all the time everywhere that it's like that's just normal. You know, the sky sometimes swirls around.
That's really cool.
Summer loves that.
It just swirls
Summer
around
really does.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Just some
like the
magic
star-
soup up there.
Yeah, the stars are always like in the same spot, but it's like they're like the streams will flow off of them, and just make that shit happen all the time. Yeah, Summer, you arrive first, and you get to the cottage, and it is quiet. Lady Patera somehow knew you were coming, probably going to be here right when you were. She is sitting on the front stoop with the true champion of all things, now back in his duck form. Just sitting there. And he speaks first, and he says, "Ah, young Master Summer."
Oh, champion! I'm gonna run up and just give him a big hug, and then give Lady Patera a big hug.
Now, if I had hands, I would hug you back. I am a
All right,
duck.
I will work on that. That will be my next invention.
No,
Oh,
please,
it's so good to see all of you.
please
It's so
don't.
long.
Lady Patera has an arm again. Except it's not like an arm. It's more of like a magical alteration of like the mage. It's like the mage hand spell, but it's like it's got the whole arm attached to it too.
Oh,
cool.
interesting.
Just sort of just attached to her shoulder. That was another thing that happened in the prologue. Something happened. Lady Patera left for like a year and then came back with a fucking arm being ripped off. So,
Totally don't have childhood trauma from that.
It's
Oh,
fine.
no.
She
None of us
is
have
fine.
trauma.
she hugs you tightly, more tightly than she ever has, and this is a hug that evokes memories of your childhood, and like Lopeg did on his running sprint home, you get all these flashes of being a child and Lady Patera patting you on the head when you did a good job and hugging you, all the things she did with the arm she had lost before she lost it. And she hugs you with both arms for the first time in many, 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 many years. And she doesn't say any words of welcome. She just says, Lenora is inside, but
Is she all right?
she's home. And her voice quivers a little bit, and you feel your shoulder get a little wetter than it was before you hugged Lady Patera, and
Don't do that. Start crying. I will start crying. We've already been through this.
she says to you, she says, I think she may have broken her promise to you.
She's home. That's all that matters.
Yes, I couldn't find him. He escaped, and I tried to. I've been trying these past weeks to find him, and he's nowhere. And I swear if I ever. She breathes.
I think for kind of the first time, so Summer's always been kind of like the little boy to her, but he's grown up a lot in the past 2 years. And I think he's gonna just kind of grab her by the cheeks and like stare deep into her, like look at my face, and just be like, "Hey, it's all right. It's okay. She's back, and we'll make it all okay. Everything will be okay."
Summer, she's just not the same, and it's his fault. And we've missed you. We've missed you, Summer. I'm glad you're home.
There's never been a wound I can't heal. All right, I'm gonna go inside. Are you all right out here?
I expect your brothers to be here soon.
Oh, great. I can't wait to see them.
Right on cue, Kor comes riding in on a
Barreling in.
horse that has like dreadlocks and a shadow in the shape of a turtle, like does like a front flip somersault, triple sow cow, fucking dope ass move out of a tree and like lands sort of near you. Kor and Lopeg have both arrived.
Oh
my god.
Cole, Lopeg! I'm gonna run over to them.
Summer, it's good to see you.
Hey guys.
Get down off your horse and give me a hug.
He'll get down off of his horse and
I'm just big old bear hug.
Yeah, Kor will hesitantly kind of hug back in sort of a half-hearted fashion.
Lopeg, so good to see you.
Oh, it's real good to see you too. How you doing? You're here for the news too, right?
I yes. She's back. Lenora's back, and we're all good to go. And give her a bunch of hugs, all right?
And Lady Patera is just sort of standing back from your 3-man group hug, and just has a hand over her mouth and nose as her face is scrunched up and she is sobbing silently, just looking at the 3 of you. And she just walks forward and embraces the 3 of you in a warm, motherly hug. She gives all of you a kiss on the forehead, and she says, "It's been the longest short amount of time in my life to not have all of you here with me, and I've missed you. You're all so grown, and I've just missed you. My boys. And she squeezes you all just a little bit tighter and says, I've made dinner and Lenora's inside. Just be. She's not the same.
Well, yeah, I bet she's grown up a lot since we've seen her last.
Lopeg.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the great wide world has not been.
It wasn't the world that did this to her.
No, you're right. You're right, Gore. You're right. She's having a difficult time after everything that she has been through. So please just be courteous and cautious of that, as she's in a difficult and delicate state.
Well, then, lucky for her, we're all back here for her.
Yes, yes.
What brothers do best.
Very
Right.
yes. Lenora.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Lenora.
Hello.
Real quick. Did I
Did I do that?
we're trying to find the right song. Damn it, I don't think I put it in the playlist. I failed.
It's
I failed.
fine.
Oh.
That's what I'll do. And Corvus is on your bedroom window looking down, and she says, they're here. The boys.
Yeah. They are.
See you.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
To see you.
Oh, to see me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go greet them then.
Yeah. Yeah. And she flutters onto your shoulder and
I'm gonna sit in the dining room, kind of with my arms crossed, just staring at the door.
Okay. Who enters the house first?
Oh no.
You guys go for it. Core's gonna hang back a little bit.
I think as we're approaching the door, Summer is gonna send a message spell to Lenora.
It better be fast, because I'm about to barrel in.
She's within 120 feet.
Yep.
And he's just going to say, "Hey, it's Summer. We're about to come in."
Lenora, give me a charisma saving throw, because a man you haven't talked to in many years is speaking in your mind.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Let's speak in her mind, after all the trauma she's gone through.
I don't
No,
know.
I didn't even think about that.
He wouldn't know that she's been dealing with that.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Oh, damn. 24 is
Um,
pretty good.
Despite it feeling invasive and at first uncomfortable, it's Summer.
Yeah.
Your big brother, who has always been there to either freak out over being protective over something you're doing, or just to be there for you. It's summer, and
Yeah.
Oh, and Lopeg is charging. Oh dear! And then the door would just boom.
100%.
When Lopeg bursts through the door, Lenora will cast suggestion.
On me?
Okay,
Oh.
Yeah.
go
Oh my
ahead, go ahead, and cast the spell to put the saving throw.
And
I was just so
Wisdom,
happy to see
though.
my sister.
Wisdom.
And I will literally go, stop.
I must control one or more token. Okay, I'll just make a wisdom saving throw up here.
Oh, we don't have our tokens on the thing.
I ain't stopping. I'm coming for you. Get over here.
Tracks.
Damn it.
Tracks.
Damn it.
I am running at you with my arms wide open, with a big, big smile on my face.
She looks terrified.
I don't know that.
No, you don't. You don't. You blind ass bitch. But I'm assuming you're coming in for that hug then.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. I guess I just let it happen.
Yes. Accept my love. Yes.
And
Accept it or else.
Lopeg, you're always kind, always optimistic, loyal to the death, lover of all things, your older brother, Lopeg, hugs you, and it's... I don't know. What's Lenora thinking?
Lenora is having... It's not great. She's having a hard time. She kind of just stiffens in your arms. And as you kind of go in for this hug, Lopeg, you notice tattoos running down her arms and her back, like covering her.
What I?
Pretty much. Oh shit! Why are you getting blind?
You're talking to a blind man right now.
Yes,
Okay.
Lopeg. Yeah, for those who haven't got that memo, Lopeg is blind.
Okay, then you don't see shit. But you do notice I'm taller, I guess.
You also do feel her stiffen as you hug her.
Yeah.
Like, Lenora's not hugging back.
I will say, Lopeg, please.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You probably want to see everyone else still, too. I gently put her down.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, I'm
7
picking you
foot
up.
tall.
8-foot turtle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lopeg trusts everybody as far as he can throw them, and he can throw everybody pretty fucking far.
Yeah, pretty strong.
I'm guessing you guys walk in, and you guys can see just these tattoos, like a mixture of florals and like a lot of different animals and things like that, like portraits of animals running down her back and her arms.
You also notice a unfamiliar moth perched on Lenora's shoulder. But despite it being unfamiliar, you all know it's Corvus.
We're just gonna hang back for a second, and as he's walking in, he's just gonna give Patera a look and like squeeze her hand and go inside.
She squeezes it back and just watches the four of you with... It's like both a look of joy that her children are home, and also a sort of look of sorrow because she wanted life to be kinder to everybody here and wanted this reunion to be something that it cannot be in this moment.
I think once Lopeg puts Lenora down and like gives her a second to collect herself again, Summer will really like calmly and slowly, no sudden movements, because I feel like he sees her kind of like a scared cat right now. She is her demeanor. He's gonna go over to Lenora and just kind of stand in front of her, but still give her enough distance, and is just gonna stare at her with his like vibrant purple eyes, and just kind of. I would say that in your current mental state, it would start to feel really awkward for you, like why stop staring at me, stop staring, like that kind of feeling. But he doesn't relent. He just stares at you, and he has this really serious look on his face until it finally breaks into a smile, and nah, you're still in there. I can see it. May I hug you?
What do you mean by everything you just said?
You made a promise, and I think that you're still willing to keep that promise.
Fuck.
Now may I hug
don't-
you?
No, before you even say that, she's gonna say, I don't believe in promises.
Fuck.
Well, then I have enough belief for the two of us.
He doesn't say anything to that. And
We're just gonna walk into the room, and he's not even gonna approach. He's not even gonna approach Lenora. He's gonna hang back and course behind everybody, and just kind of look down at the floor, not even like pointedly not making eye contact.
Yeah, I will peek around Summer and be like, can't even look at me.
Lenora, I'm sorry. I wasn't there when I promised that I would be, and that's my fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's mine.
Can I roll a charisma saving throw?
Yeah. What are you saving?
Breaking down.
Okay.
Good. Excellent. Ha
That's an ability check. 1 sec, that's an ability check. My bad.
Okay. Roll this with disadvantage, please.
Even better.
No need.
That happened.
No need.
Sweet.
You're not seeing core for so long. Lenora's eyes, the glassy kind of look dissipates. This music is so intense.
This is a promise broken.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
And you see her. How do I even describe this?
With words, preferably.
I'm trying.
Yeah, for all of our blind listeners, please.
She is going to completely just to start trembling. Okay, and her body just like falls to the floor instantly. And she's not crying, nothing. But her whole body is like heaving, trying to breathe.
I'm going to say, on a natural 1, there are tears, but there are no sobs that come with it.
Yeah, it's like this just retching.
Yeah.
Since I'm in front of her, can I try to catch her while she's falling?
Yeah. Give me just a flat dexterity check. Corvus is going to give the help action to you somehow.
Oh damn.
Okay, you don't need it. Yeah, you get an arm under her like armpit, forearm area as you like catch her by the arm as she's like just crumpling, breaking down.
I'll just slowly lower her down. Still not breaking eye contact. Just staring into our soul.
I've got the chills.
Give me an insight check, Summer. Lenora, give me... no, you don't get to. You just rolled a nat 1. Okay, so you can't... There's no, like, specifics, really, that you can glean from this. She has been through something horrible. She was alone. Her older brothers all promised to protect her forever, and they didn't. And she promised you that she and you both would never change, and she changed, and she was alone, and she changed, and she was by herself and alone, and it's sort of empathically being a little bit laid on you, that part of it, and you sort of just are finally able to fully grasp the weight of the fact that all of this, whatever it was, happened, and she was alone, and you promised to protect her, and you didn't, and now she's back, and basically all you guys can say is we're sorry, and sorry can't get back the time she lost, sorry can't save who she was, but who she was isn't gone forever, and you get all of that on a 13. It was a low DC. She rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
But
I don't think this was the reunion I quite expected.
Lenora's just retching on the floor, and Lopeg is like, I think that's gonna happen.
This isn't what I expected.
I always pictured this in my mind going a lot happier.
Lopeg.
Yeah?
Help your sister up off the floor.
Gonna extend a hand out to Lenora.
Are you ready to get up? Or do you want to stay on the floor?
Can I respond?
I would say head shake or head nod right now.
Head nod.
Or if you'd prefer, we can all come down there with you.
She shakes her head.
Very well.
I'll get on one side of her so Lopeg can help the other arm.
And when you grab her, you can feel just like this clammy sweat. It is awful.
Corvus has. Wow, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum.
Let's see. Let's get there. Corvus nestles up next to you, and is just saying, "You're okay, Mom. You're okay. You're safe. You're safe, and we're here, and we're with you, and you're not alone anymore."
Lenora finally kind of catches her breath and she'll say, "It's not your fault."
Or at that, Core is just going to get up and go outside.
Lady Patera thinks about stopping you and doesn't, as you sort of push past her.
You got her, Summer? I think I should probably go check on him.
Keep an eye on him. Come sit down, Lenora. I'll like pull a chair over for you.
You will never believe me.
Try me.
But it's not his fault. It's not any of your fault.
It is a fault that we put on ourselves, being responsible for you. Whether it was
As you
our
say
direct-
that, she slams her hand on the table. And she'll say, "You were never responsible for me." Believe it or not, you were children yourselves when you made that promise.
And those promises were made in innocence and sincerity. There was no ulterior motives. They were pure, and they still are. Whether you like it or not, we're your family. And it might take some time for us to remind you of that. But we're not going anywhere. Not anymore. Not without you.
He'll stay quiet. And kind of just looking down at the table.
As you look down at the table, Lenora, and talking alone with Summer, give me a perception check. Summer, are you wearing your engagement ring?
Ooh.
Do I have a? Do we have one? Because I didn't know it was official. I thought it was more.
I think
because we had discussed it, but I don't think there would be a ring yet.
I think Ember, maybe not an engagement ring, but like a fucking promise ring or some shit.
Yeah.
She at least gave one to you. Like, whether or not you wear it is totally up to you, but...
I mean, if she gave me something, then yeah, I would be definitely wearing it.
Oh.
On a 13, Summer, where are your hands right now?
Uh,
I
Stay there under the table. Stay there under the table.
I imagine they're not perfectly at your side or anything.
no, I feel like once I help her to a chair, I would pull up a chair. But I would be not wanting to be like imposing or threatening. So I'd be trying to make myself smaller and speak very quietly. So I'd probably just have my hands folded under, like on my lap.
Okay, cool. 13 does not do it. The DC was higher or lower depending on where your hands were. So that all having been said, we're going to smash cut to our moody orc boy.
Hit me.
Our optimistic tortle boy.
It's me.
And Lady Sarah, who is watching you two and the other two from the open front door.
Yeah, Or is stalked over probably towards the barn area. I think that's where he feels safe.
Yeah.
And sort of is like he at this point is reeling and get clasped onto whatever fence is over there.
Hey,
He's just silent.
Cor, you all right?
No, Lopeg, I'm not all right. None of us are all right. Maybe you are. I don't know.
I mean, I feel all right, but a little tired. But maybe that's it. Maybe you're just tired. You know, long trip, maybe.
You'd say that. Yeah, it has been a long trip. It's been a long trip for everybody. And you're right. You're right. It has been a long trip. She needs to know it's not her fault. She says it's not mine, but I made a promise back then that nothing would hurt her, and it did. She's broken.
Hang on. That's our sister. She's not broken. And as for it being your fault, I mean, no, it's not really your fault. I mean, you had to go on your adventure. We all
I said
understood.
I would be there. I said I would be there, and I wasn't.
And in the meantime, it was me and Summer. And when Summer left, it was up to me. If you want to blame anyone, please blame me, but don't blame yourself.
Why would I blame you? You're the only one that stayed here and helped her. It's just none of this is right.
I knew when she left, and I didn't really go looking for her. You didn't really have any idea, so you can't really be to blame for that.
Still said I would stay and protect her. And I let this whole stupid adventuring idea just get in my head, and look where it got me.
Well, hang on now. Don't call it stupid. Bet you have some memories.
Lopeg. Yeah, I have memories. Ones I'd rather not have.
Hey, we don't gotta get into that right now. But I mean, we're all here now, right? What if we make a new promise, right? That from now on, we all keep each other accountable to protect each other. And I'll make sure I keep you accountable and you can keep me accountable. And we can all keep Lenora accountable.
Lopeg.
Yeah.
Sometimes you surprise me, and you shouldn't. You've always been the one with the calm head and the optimism. And I need you to know, if I haven't said it before, You constantly impress me.
Really appreciate that. I really didn't think I was impressing anyone ever, so it's good to know that I do.
And you'll see that he's wiping away a bit of a tear as he turns around and takes a deep breath.
I'm really glad you're here again.
I'm glad to see you too, Lopeg, and I'm glad to see Summer, and I'm glad to see Lenora. I wish it weren't under these circumstances.
Well, we all just need to try to focus on the positive here. We're together for the first time in, oh no, who knows how long.
Yes.
Last time it was me, you, and Summer, but that was the closest. Now we have all four of us finally again.
Finally. That seems like such a big word. I shouldn't have stomped off, should I?
You got big feelings, man. Big feelings for a big orc, but it's alright.
Well, if counting feelings by bigness, you've got the biggest heart and the biggest feelings of them all.
Thanks. But, I do kind of feel bad for Lenora right now. Besides the obvious. You stomped away, and if you want to feel guilty about something, we kind of just left her alone with Summer, who's been at school for so long now.
God, he's probably talking her ear off at this point.
Her IQ's probably increased since being around him already. We might need to say that.
A fate worse than death.
Is that my, if I was a paladin, that would be my passive aura, as I just increase intelligence by 1.
Time to take a paladin.
Yeah, fuck it, let me just keep adding to the multi-class.
God. Guess we better go save her for real this time, huh?
Yeah, that's probably the safest bet. Alright.
He's gonna give you like a for real big hug.
Oh, Lopeg's gonna squeeze right back. This is the first time in a long time he's gotten a hug from you.
Oh. Yeah, and he'll head back in.
Yeah, as you two walk back in, Lady Patera just, as you walk past, she rests a hand calmly on, in the middle of your back and shuts the door behind you, and she says, "Now, are we all done storming off?"
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Lenora.
She stares at you, and that glassy look has returned. And she says nothing.
Is your heart beating calmly, or are you still, freaking out?
Oh.
I would say that my heart is always beating a little too fast.
Oh god, now you got me worried. Now I gotta call the doctor.
God.
Yeah, that's a good point. Lenora, actually roll for it, please.
What am I rolling?
That's going to be a charisma save.
Thought you were just gonna pass out on us.
Have a heart attack?
Oh,
Oh no.
shit.
Oh no!
It's 2 now.
God, Lenora, you're just having a breakdown.
I mean, this makes sense. The
Yeah.
rolls are really checking.
Yeah.
The facade is up, but it's a brittle one. And yes, her pulse is quickened even more than what is typical for her now, the way that she is.
I have an idea of how to make everything all better. I just thought about it. What if tomorrow morning I bake everyone something?
Oh, that would actually be
That sounds incredible.
Right?
I've missed your baking so much.
You can't be sad while you're eating my bacon. My baked
That's
goods.
the point.
Baking. It's not baking. Would it be? Baking doesn't make sense. You'd be eating my baked goods. Yeah, baked goods. Lenora, what do you say? I know you love my turtle claw.
Oh. Help me out, DM.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you a really important question here. Okay.
Yes.
When it comes to your breakdowns, you have rolled 2 natural ones in a row.
Yeah.
Anxiety, fucking
No.
mental health ridden motherfucker.
Now be fully honest. I know Lenora is in this state where she's like, I'm a stone cold bitch now. But how close is she to actual wailing, sobbing?
Very, 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 very close.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It's like, it's right there. Like, one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. This
This is
moment
it.
is probably the moment.
Roll me a straight up flat D20 check with disadvantage.
Holy shit.
Listen,
Your
if you
DC,
cry, I'm
your
gonna have to start to
your
cry.
DC is 16.
Oh shit,
Oh,
okay.
God.
How do I... Okay, I'm just gonna roll twice.
And you fail.
Damn it.
Yeah.
2 14s,
Yep.
that's impressive.
Almost
There you
20
go.
each time.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you have it, folks.
Lenora, as you say that, she looks to you, Lopeg. She... God.
Not the one with the laugh, sorry.
No, it's okay, because I'm trying to think. Summer, you're in front of her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just... She literally, like, just kind of, like... In a flash, she, like, just hugs you, and you could just... She's just sobbing. Like,
Oh.
more than you've ever seen anyone cry.
Oh yeah. Basically screaming.
Yeah.
Summer is like, now that you've finally kind of given the permission to hug, he's just gonna hold you so tight, and instinctively he's gonna cast Sanctuary on you. Like, it's not him intentionally casting a spell; it just kind of happens.
Okay. What does Sanctuary do? Oh.
People have
It's
to-
nothing really
It's basically
Oh.
he's just
happen. It's
protecting
more,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just this moment where he's just like, I'm gonna protect you. Yeah, like it's yeah.
Yeah. And
So this like shimmering
Lenora's-
field kind of covers you.
Lenora's screams and wails just kind of fill the room.
As this happens, Lady Patera is fixing plates for everybody, and her back is turned. Nobody can see her crying silently to herself.
Make a perception check to see if I hear it.
Over the wailing?
Yeah, you can.
Listen, there's one good thing. There's one thing I'm good at, and that's hearing. That's all I got.
Yeah,
True.
so, do you have advantage on hearing?
No, you didn't give me advantage on hearing.
So this is disadvantage. Your little sister is
I mean,
screaming.
I have a 17 passive perception though.
Not high enough.
Fair enough, disadvantaged.
That's crazy.
Damn, 13.
Not high enough.
We're just gonna go over and join in the hug.
Lopeg's gonna
And-
stand there awkwardly.
I'm gonna send
Damn,
Lopeg
Lopeg.
a message in his ears. He's just gonna hear, "Get over here."
I love Lopeg so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, and you four together again after years are locked in this heartwarming embrace as Lenora's cold walls that she has erected in response to her trauma, at least in this moment, have been completely obliterated.
2 natural ones.
Yeah.
I hate this so much. My whole thing for my character.
Hey, sometimes you want what you want, and the dice are here to tell you that what you want needs to change a little.
Yeah. The dice tell a story.
What the fuck is this?
Magic
I don't know,
shop.
but I'm vibing to it.
No, this is the magic shop, not the right shit.
After
Not terrible.
Can I also
after
make
this,
another...
we'll have to teach you how to do playlists.
Yeah.
I do have playlists. It's just that some of them, I need to make more of them.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God.
Yep, I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah. Totally.
You guys share this moment together, and Lenora, in your heart and in this hug and in your sorrow that felt like it would go on forever, you know that your brothers will never leave you alone to be hurt ever again. And this time, as adults, having seen parts of the world and experienced love and loss and joy and all these new sights, make a new promise without saying a single word. And this time, you know it will never be broken. And Lady Patera serves big, heaping fucking plates of spaghetti to everyone. And everyone gets a stack of sandwiches, and there's a plate full of like buttered rolls, or like a basket full of buttered rolls still steaming. There's wine with little gold flecks in it.
Yeah.
There is tea. There are cookies afterwards, and you guys have dinner together as a family.
As we're all sitting down, I'm just gonna grab one of the buttered rolls and motion over to Core to open his mouth and just try to lob it up to him. Just right into his mouth.
Okay.
He'll take a beat and he'll go ahead and do it, yeah.
Yes.
Give me a straight up dexterity check.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Dexterity.
Summer roots you on. Give you an extra D4.
Dexterity. And there it is.
With guidance.
With guidance, okay. Normal. And then
Nice.
roll 1d4. So 15.
Yeah, you snatch the roll. It's a little bit too big for your whole mouth to get around it, but you get it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna sink my teeth into the roll and just with like a quick motion, just down it.
I'm
Just
cheering
like
you on.
stuff it in his mouth and go down.
I'm gonna grab another one and look over at Summer. Ready?
I'm gonna cast bless on you and me. I'll be like, let's do it.
Now for this one, I'm gonna throw it up extra high, so he has to look way up. And as he's looking up, I'm gonna grab just a little bit of spaghetti and throw it at his face.
And you have an extra D4 to the throw too.
Yeah, I do. Thanks for that, bless.
All right, yeah, roll for it.
What am I rolling? A
What are we rolling?
dexterity saving throw?
This is to catch a roll, correct?
Oh, the roll's just distraction.
Yeah. Should I roll a saving throw to try to not get smacked in the face?
I'm throwing spaghetti in his
yeah.
face.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do it with advantage though, because something's about to happen.
Oh no.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you would have dodged perfectly out of the way, but a mage hand snatches this lump of spaghetti out of the air, and Lady Patera looks at you, Lopeg, and without being able to see her, you know she is staring into your soul. And she says, Lopeg, dear,
Yeah?
who taught you to throw food at my dinner table?
It was the duck.
Don't. That's a lie. Who taught you to lie at my dinner
I'm
table?
sorry, I feel real bad about it already.
Mm-hmm. The food is for eating, children.
Lenora's gonna look to Lady Patera. So, have you looked into my dad at all?
Oh, thank God she saved me.
Today, yes, I did. I sent him a message to see if he was still, just to make sure, things happen to people, and I'd had to be sure. So I sent him a message, and I don't think he quite figured out what the deal was with it, because he used up his words trying to figure out if he could respond.
So he's not dead?
No. And then I scryed on him, and he is, where is your dad? He's in Arbitera.
An Arbitera?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Sorry.
did you tell him to come back?
I did send him a message, and I said, well, I sent him that the first time. I'm sorry, it's been so long since you've had a real conversation with me, I'm having trouble. The first message I sent to him, he responded with, well, gobbledygook, as he tried to figure out. She mocks her dad real quick. Am I able to respond to this? What? Who is that? Who's there? And what? I. And then six eyes later, the message ended. But yes, he's in Arbitera, and the message I sent him was that you were found and home and safe, and he should come back.
What did he say?
Well, that's what he said. He couldn't figure out how to respond. I imagine he's coming home because I saw him, packing his things when I scryed on him moments after.
Can he not just go get him?
I suppose I could. Be right back.
She teleports away.
That pop was crisp. Good job.
That was really
Good.
yeah.
And then she pops right back in. And your dad is there.
Oh no! What did I do? Oh, I meant.
And no words. He comes in, and he just says, "Oh, my little girl," and he scoops you up, bear hugs you, but it's like, man,
Like the intro to
It's
football.
yeah, I know. The eye of the tiger or something.
all right, hold up,
Just gonna pick
hold
her up
up.
and fucking chuck her now. Welcome to the
Off the
Olympics.
top rope. Wah.
It's like so gentle though. Like it's not like a bear hug that's like aggressive or like firm. There's like a weird, like relaxed, like it's like this hug is his version of a sigh of relief, and it feels like a sigh of relief as he picks you up and just holds you and is waiting to cry when he's not in front of other people.
Lenora will go. Mom is probably worried sick about you.
I couldn't ride her because I was, well, I got arrested.
Ooh.
Because,
What did you do?
well, there was some guy at the bar, because I was having a drink. I was feeling down. I couldn't find you anywhere, and I was so just distraught, and I had to. That was the only thing I could really think to do besides be alone with my thoughts, and you know how I get when I do that. So there was this young man at the bar talking about how some lady friend of his, how he was, blah blah blah. You know how young men are, where they're like talking about women like they're some sort of thing to be conquered, and I fucking laid him out.
For you.
They put me in. I was in chains for, well, around about 3 months, and now it's a bit of a story. Do you mind if I actually tell it, or?
Not right now.
All right. Well, yep. I was in jail. Then I got out. I'd only gotten out like maybe a day or two before I heard Lady Patera's voice in my head, and then, well, suddenly she next to me. I was all surprised. She grabbed me. Luckily, I had all of my stuff. Slaps the bag that's in his hand, and then suddenly I'm here and I'm in front of you. I'm just so glad you're okay.
Do you want a buttered roll, sir?
Is that real butter?
I hope so. I mean, if it's not, then I definitely can't believe it's not butter.
No.
Hey, sponsor. You like it. And he goes, and real bread?
Well, yeah, I mean, tastes
And
like real
like-
bread.
And
What have you
real,
been eating?
and real cheese on the sandwiches?
Sounds like he's
real-
been eating illusions.
And is that real beef? Real beef on the spaghetti?
Want me to make you a plate?
No, I couldn't. And then his stomach growls like a fucking bear, dude.
Oh yeah,
And-
Cam. Core.
Cora's gonna make one plate.
Nope. None of you are doing that. Lenora's gonna get a plate, pile it up with food, hand it to him, and then point towards the door.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
We have an empty chair.
I will talk to you later.
Okay. Alright. I love you.
She doesn't say anything back.
Damn, I can hear his heartbreak.
He doesn't say anything else
God.
either as he just turns with plate in
Ugh.
hand
Oof.
and walks out the door, and Lady Patera goes, Lenora, that was one of my nice plates.
This.
I can go get it back for you if you'd like.
No,
Okay.
I understand that this is a more than difficult time. Please do not forget that we are witches, and this is my house. Please do not turn away guests without first consulting me.
Lady Patera.
Lenora,
There is a certain level of gravity in her words that you will, and it's almost like the way she said it, there is no room for you to feel like any sense of trying to rebuke in any way. It's like real witch shit just happened. Like turning. Actually, give me a straight up. No, not a straight up. Give me a. What do I want you to give me? Insight. Or history, either one. So, a lot of the deal with magic and the way witch magic works is a lot of it is based on invitation, a lot of it is based on like everyday rituals that we do and don't even think about as rituals. Like the way we make our beds and the way we organize our cupboards when we put dishes away after cleaning them, and what windows we leave the drapes closed on and what windows we leave open, and who we allow into our homes and who we deny. Denying somebody a place of solace in a witch's home is especially when a witch does it, is a for real serious thing. Like there is magic in there, and essentially you just cast a spell on your dad, telling him he's not allowed here and he's not welcome. And that's why Lady Patera is reprimanding you in this way.
Lady Patera.
Would the rest of us be able to sense this?
You can give me Arcana.
Oh, I don't know shit about witch magic.
I-
Lady Patera, I really
because I
don't
asked
think
him,
right
guys.
now's the time to be scorning people.
Nobody is being scorned.
Oof.
Well, it really
Okay.
feels like it.
No.
That's it.
Yeah, Summer, you get it. Magic is your shtick, buddy. There is hefty magic passing through the room right now, both in what Lenora just did to her dad, and also in what Lady Patera is saying to Lenora. You understand in the way that Lady Patera just said that to Lenora. Lenora will never forget the words. Lenora, you also feel that. Core, you don't understand anything that's happening right now. Lopeg, Lady Patera looks to you, and the same way that she did when you threw food in her house, she says, Lopeg, I love you very much, and you know my love for all four of you is unending. There are certain rules and customs as witches that must be followed, lest a actual curse accidentally be placed on somebody. So, please, let's just remember who is the teacher and who is the student when we're at my house.
Hey,
Core is going to... Oh, go ahead.
the teacher can always learn something from the students, though.
Lopeg, I love you.
Thanks.
Perfect.
Lenora,
Core...
I'm sorry if
God damn it.
the way that I have said what I have said feels off color or off kilter to you. Just know that as one of the witches of Eld, it is something that I like for real, like have to impart how serious it is when you deny a guest entry to a witch's home. Like for real, big shit.
Lenora gives her this stare. Can
I'm stuffed. Can we maybe go on a walk to
Can I
walk off all the spaghetti?
Can I impart a feeling upon Lady Patera?
Yeah, what sort of feeling are you imparting?
Oh God.
This is a hard feeling to impart. You know what?
Hard feeling, that could be anything for Lenora. That could be happiness.
She is going to say, this is really hard to say. I don't want to say this, but I think it is the right thing to say.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh, sorry, I have to prepare myself for this emotionally. I think you stopped being my teacher long ago.
Fuck. Core at that is going to be just like try to break the moment and be like, well, I think I should probably clean up the dishes. Who's
Summer is gonna be like, right, walk, anyone? Let's walk off these heavy carbs, don't want them going our bellies. let's
Yes,
Dear, put those dishes down.
I'm sorry.
That was exactly as he is told.
Summer, I do believe it is a fantastic idea for the four of you to take a walk.
Let's go.
Yes, Lenora, come on, please.
When she says take a walk, it's Lenora, you know what the suggestion spell feels like.
No. Does she really do that?
No, this is not that.
Okay.
This is something way bigger than that.
Oh, fuck. That's so much shit.
This is less of a charm effect and more of her words are like getting through to you in a way that it's like not even against your better judgment. You know they're right. It's just that like you actually know that she is right. Like it is better for you guys to not be here right now. And it's not. This isn't like she's filling your idea with your head with the idea that this is. This is like. It's hard to describe because.
Right.
Lady
I understand
Patera.
what you're saying.
Lady Patera is an extremely powerful witch. If you guys don't go on a walk, there are consequences to not doing it.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm trying to get Lenora out the door already.
Yeah.
I kind of just stand up, look at Lady Patera, and I leave.
I'm right with you.
I'll bring up the rear.
As Summer, do you go with them?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay. As soon as the door closes, you, much like Lenora in the way that she broke down, you hear wailing sobs and what sounds like all of the dishes in the kitchen being slammed out of cupboards and smashed against the wall. And Lenora, you feel as a future witch of the Coven of Eld, you feel something that you understand will be felt by all of the witches in the Coven. A vow of vengeance and sheer and utter destruction in a way that there's no other feeling to compare it to, because the intensity of what she is essentially vowing to do to Idwin, if she finds him, is there is nothing to compare it to, because nobody has ever vowed anything so intensely. The long form of it is she is going to pull his soul from his body and sunder it, while essentially there's truly just no way to describe what she is vowing against Idwin. And it's essentially like, if this does not come to pass, my own soul is forfeit.
Shit.
Lenora will as she feels this, she's gonna kind of grab at her chest, but she's gonna just try and keep on walking.
Yeah,
like Lady Patera said to do.
You know when you're like driving down the highway in a car and then somebody opens a window on just one side of the car and you get that wub 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 wub.
Yeah.
That's like the feeling that goes through you for like a split second.
Okay.
Listen, everyone, I'm just gonna come out and say it. We're all thinking it. When did Lady Patera's house become such a hostile living area?
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, I get it. Lenora, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Well,
roll a deception check.
yeah.
Yep.
Roll an insight on that one.
What is up with these low ass rolls today?
Lopeg, she is not fine.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not one to pry, I get it. You know, you need your personal space, but, I don't feel like you're okay. Like, I don't want to start up another crying thing. I want to make sure you're all good, you know?
That will come in time, Lopeg.
It's not fine. How could it be fine?
We're just gonna go up to Lenora and hold out his hand.
Nora, do you feel safe at Lady Patera's house anymore?
Why did you make me do this?
I'm only asking because, like, I can pay for a couple nights at the inn for us.
It's not Lady Patera.
Is it the duck?
You always did have an issue with Champion.
She did. Oh, remember when we painted him at that party?
Corey, you're holding out your hand to Lenora.
I'm holding out my hand.
She'll look at you and be like, you couldn't even look at me.
That wasn't because of you. That was because of me. Take my hand.
Can I insight this?
Yeah.
Can I insight Core real quick? Just like as a whole?
Yeah, roll. I'm assuming this is persuasion. There's no way Cora was like, yeah, I couldn't look at you, bitch.
So insight?
Yeah, insight versus persuasion.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
not good at charisma.
You, Lenora, even though you have changed, and people change with time, nothing will ever change the fact that Core means the things that he says.
That's true. She gives a long sigh. I can't.
I understand. Just know that we don't have to be okay. That's all. You don't have to be okay.
What if it's never okay?
What if it's never okay?
Summer.
Yes?
Is there any way to stop sending spells?
There is, actually.
Can you... Yes.
I don't possess a spell that can do that, but I do know a very talented enchanter. We can make a necklace. Would block such things.
Okay.
Call in a few favors. Have one made for you. Are you... Summer's really intelligent. I think he would piece it together.
Yeah.
Are you receiving messages from him?
Every day.
Right. Well, then that is going to be the first thing that we do.
Ooh, what if we go camping tonight?
That does sound fun.
That sounds like actually a really good idea.
Lopeg has just been drowning you guys out this entire time while formulating plans in his head.
I think I know just the spot.
You lead the way then.
I'm gonna take them to my rock.
All right.
Aw.
I don't have a scene made for the rock. What
That's okay.
Listen, you couldn't have expected this. It's fair.
No, I should have expected. Here, this will have to do. I think there's a rock in this image.
There's a rock.
There is a rock. There is a rock
There's
here.
a few rocks in this one.
Oh,
we
yeah,
go,
that's
the
good.
camp-
Nice.
That's really good. Yeah.
Rock.
That's my rock.
Oh, the stars are so pretty. Jeez.
Yeah.
I love those stars at this time of night.
Shut up, Lopeg.
Sorry.
I could tell you all about him, but I'm sure I already have multiple times.
Ask,
I'm
Okay,
going
ask
to-
what you think was out there, but I'm scared to know what you're gonna say, Summer.
It's at this point. Everybody needs to roll a, except Lopeg. Roll a perception check.
Hmm.
No way.
I
No!
Wow.
Wow, me and Cor both
Wow.
rolled
Oh my
and
You
rolled
guys
bad.
are shitters.
Bad.
Fuck
My
me.
goodness.
So bad.
I was gonna say something, but we hadn't set up camp yet, so I wouldn't have done it yet.
Yeah, no, there's still nobody still has noticed.
Is there something in 30 feet of us that we're supposed to notice?
No, I think they're talking about the ring.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh god.
I'm gonna point up to a random spot in the sky. Summer, what's that?
Constellation.
Yes, that. What's that?
Constipation?
Constipation.
The constant.
I will go into the Wikipedia export of a entire constellation and all the stars and why they are the way they are and their like the heats of them and their lifespans and everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you'd absolutely do that. And you guys, you just camp out for the night, just outside of Olive Hollow. And
Before I need to take a whiz, and I'm going to get up and walk 20 feet, and I'm going to cast alarm.
We go with
surrounding
buddies.
I'm going to cast alarm all around our entire camp.
okay,
Here we go. I can put a,
It's a good alarm right
marker
there.
down.
yeah, let's.
I can remove it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It made me put it down.
So, Summer, anything fun happening at school? Since last time we talked?
Just, the usual. Studies and working hard. I got on the sports team. That was pretty fun.
Hang on.
You think? Oh, go ahead.
What? You got on a sports team?
Sports team.
Oh, I
Really?
rolled pretty good.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You can roll an insight to see if he's hiding something. Summer has
You know what, let me-
kind of seen
Is
how
your
Core
heart
is,
beating
and
faster?
Damn! Lenora's out of her mind.
I'm gonna roll
Jesus
it.
Oh, shit.
Christ,
See what's going on.
Lopeg.
Listen, I could hear your heartbeat change when you said that lie.
Yeah. No, you definitely do.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, you hear his heartbeat quicken just a little bit when he says, "Oh, nothing short of the usual" type of shit, and he's like, Lopeg's like, "Oh boy,
So,
what we got?"
what else has happened?
I have a question for Summer.
Okay.
Oh,
Have you been writing to Core about Ember?
No. I
Okay.
feel like he sent a few letters regarding his studies. He would have definitely told you about his sports team that he got on.
Okay.
but after the whole ordeal with, like, us becoming Scooby-Dooby-Doo and finding out where Lenora was,
Right.
I would say that you kind of got radio silence from him for a while.
Yeah.
So for
Probably same with
almost
Core.
a year, for almost a year, there was like nothing really from him.
I've got a question
And
that I think
that's kind of
everyone
when everything happened with Embers.
Everyone has worn a ring can relate to. How long have you been wearing that ring for?
Probably a couple months.
Because I mean, would you say Summer's pretty anxious?
Yeah.
Oh.
People who wear rings and are anxious tend to fidget with their rings.
Yeah, I mean, even with a 19 deception, I feel like when you're like, what actually went on, he would instinctively kind of touch it. We can talk about it later. Today is not about me. It's about Lenora, right?
Now,
I don't want it to be about me.
It's about all of us, guys. Come on, we're together again.
Well, I mean, this is just me and Lopeg taking a piss.
Oh yeah, I forgot we walked away to take a
Yeah,
piss.
because I walked away to take a piss and I was casting the alarm spell around.
Oh yeah, Lopeg just kind of followed you.
We travel in pairs.
Lopeg was like, buddy system.
But, I mean, it's about all of us, and I haven't really been getting much letters from you lately, so tell me what's going on. I mean, if you're not honest with me, then I'm going to have to come up with some wild, crazy idea to tell everyone.
Don't do that, please. Ah, damn it, Lopeg.
I know.
Listen. Core is dealing with something. There's a pain behind his eyes. Lenora is very clearly dealing with something. This is not even something we don't know about. We know all about it.
That's true.
They are hurting, and I haven't been here to know what's going on with you. You could be going through something I don't even know.
Oh, I'm not.
And even if you aren't...
Oh god, I love Lopeg so much.
Me too.
It's like, oh well, I'm not. So...
Everything's fine.
Can you
won't
please
burden
stop
me.
Can I insight that?
Yeah. Lopeg, don't even contest it.
Alright, cool.
11.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
You're our rock, but try to understand, Lopeg. Everyone except for you, Core and Lenora, had a terrible year. And I have had a fantastic year. And it almost doesn't feel fair.
Then I'll make you a deal.
Why?
I won't tell them all the fantastic things that's happened to you this year. And you won't tell them all the fantastic things that have happened to me this year. It'll be our secret.
Right? I do want to tell them eventually. It's wonderful news, but right now is not the time. I'm sure you understand. Imagine me telling you that, I've had this wonderful time right when your father passed away. It would feel awful.
Well, not really. It kind of would have helped me take my mind off what was going on and focus on something better.
I'm just gonna, kind of playfully punch his arm and just be like, well, not everyone is as warm-hearted and kind as you are. God, Lopeg, I missed you.
I missed you too, bud. But
Well, I have a couple minutes while I'm casting this spell. I guess I can fill you in on a few things.
Don't skip anything. I need to know it all.
I've started a business.
What's it called?
Rain Tech. It all happened very quickly and it was very unexpected and incredible, and everything sort of just fell into place. And I'll pull out the amulet. this is our first product that we've made. I call it a sight stone, a link sight stone, and it acts sort of like a sending stone, but allows you to receive visuals as well, so you can actually see that. Well, if you could see, yes, I will work on that next. Oh, speaking of which, what?
Nothing. I just.
Listen, he goes on rants. Speaking of which, the seeing eye headband that I gave you, do you like it? Has it worked?
Yeah, it's worked out great. It's been very useful.
Right, good. So the point of my company, my goal, is to create things for people less fortunate, people that don't have wealth or status or all the things that many of us take for granted. So things like the sight headband, I plan on selling that to people to be able to see. Or I also have this blueprint for an arm that I was going to make for Lady Patera, but she already seemed to have replaced her arm with magic.
But it's the thought that counts.
Yes, well, even if she doesn't need it, there are others that do. I have an employee. He's very hardworking. He has a lovely daughter. I have a girlfriend.
Lopeg's gonna like slap his knee. Well, it's about damn time.
It was very. I don't even know how to describe it. It's very off. It's not like me to not know how to describe something.
Well, when you meet the one, it's like that, I hear.
It came out of nowhere. I mean, so her name is Embers. At least that's what I call her.
Like a fire.
My nickname. Yes. And she's very fiery. She's a noble's daughter. She's actually sort of. It was not my intention. We were strictly friends in the beginning, but it sort of blossomed into something else.
She knows about the Olive Hollow thing and how, like, we're not really that high up in the class.
I brought that up to her. I asked her if her father would be okay with her courting a peasant. And what
peasant.
she replied with was, "Don't be silly. Your grades are more than enough to warrant my hand in marriage."
Sounds like a keeper to me.
Yes. Speaking of which, my academics went very well.
It's expected.
The dean of the college asked me to come back and even teach the crafting and artificy class that they have.
Just wait, that school will be called the Merlin Academy before you pass.
No. I am nowhere near the academic level of the forefathers of that academy.
Merlin who?
Have you? Well, no, of course you haven't read his books. I have. They are... The theorems. If I could only explain to you... That's another topic. But I joined the sports team. I did really well, surprisingly. Me, little old bookworm me. I sort of, I guess you could call it cheating by using my brain over my body, and sort of turned it into a mathematical equation. But yes, Quigley is actually quite fun. I do enjoy the physical aspect of it.
You look better than ever.
Yes, I put on a little bit of weight. I'm not paper thin anymore. It feels wrong to be so happy. Can you explain why? I don't know.
You have a guilty conscience, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, so everyone's having a horrible time. So you, in turn, feel like you should have a horrible time. but none of us deserve the horrible time, Summer.
Damn Lopeg.
Lopeg's so good at this.
I love Lopeg.
Thanks, yes.
Dropping the truth bombs.
We all love Lopeg, dude. If you don't love Lopeg, get out of my stream.
We will ban you from the Twitch. Yes, you're right. Well, I'm hoping that perhaps I can use my good fortune to bring a bit of joy to everyone else. Starting with the amulet. I can ask the Dean, or perhaps I can ask Dog, or Hubert, but he prefers to go by Dog, if perhaps there's any... Oh, there actually might be some at the magic store as well. They're not too difficult to come by, I don't think, but it definitely is something we should try to get for Lenora. That is...
Speaking of Lenora...
horrible. Yes.
Do you know what her favorite flower is? I was thinking,
Yes, I
on our
do,
way back
actually.
to camp, we could go and we can, like, collect all of those flowers and put them in, like, a bouquet for her to cheer her up.
Maki, can you remind me of what it was? Because I gave you a metallic flower
Oh,
of your
yeah.
favorite flower.
I let me
don't
think. I don't remember
Because
either.
I remember you
We
told
have
me
a
what it was.
We have a picture of it in the chat, I think. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find it.
Now.
I don't remember what it was.
Was it a
but-
sunflower?
No, it wasn't the sunflower.
No.
No, it's not a lily.
It's not,
Rose.
but it was close to a lily.
Lilac?
Orchid?
Lilac might have been it.
Yeah.
That sounds
Okay.
right.
Let me.
Well, whatever your favorite flower was, Summer would know, and he'll be like, "Oh yes, they actually grow on this side of the mountain. I think that's why she likes that rock so much."
Here it is. There's a picture of it, but it doesn't say what it is.
Yeah.
Where is the picture?
I
It
should've written it down.
is it's in the chat. and it's
Yeah.
back
I just have the
on-
picture. I
It's
don't
in
think
magic
we said what it was.
But it looks like a not a lilac. It looks like a open flower.
Yeah. It's not a
Like a-
tulip.
Mm-mm.
It's not a sunflower. It's not a rose.
Mm-mm.
Not an orchid.
No.
No.
Not a peony.
What the fuck did I even say?
I don't remember.
We are getting
I
so off topic. Listen,
It's
what
more,
is-
We really
it's more
are.
like it's more like a chrysanthemum or something like that.
Or a carnation?
Carnation, yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, we pick some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Uh,
we got to get something for Cora too. What if you make him from like we can stop by where my farm used to be and grab some wheat, and you could like make it into like a little man.
Right.
what?
I don't want to take
Like
too
a
long. Don't want to
straw
worry
man.
them with how long piss break is.
Oh yeah, that's what we told him we were doing.
While
I
they're
feel like-
doing that,
Mhm.
are you thinking the same thing?
I don't know. I don't know if we're thinking the same thing. I was assuming we're probably just like laying there, like
Staring
in
at the
silence. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. Can I make? I want to try and see what's wrong with Core without asking.
Okay.
Give me insight.
And I'm going to do a GM roll.
Okay.
Can I use Lucky?
Yep. All right. What do we got here?
Yeah.
God damn.
Why did my
Jesus.
thing? Mine didn't pop up. My result didn't pop up.
Oh.
That 20 just absolutely crushed it.
Oh, I should have done that one. Did it pop up for you?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Can you send it to me just privately,
Yeah.
or just tell me? I don't.
Here. Oh shit.
If
I'll message you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't think it matters at this point.
No, she definitely beat it.
Yeah. Got it.
You can't tell exactly what happened. You can tell Core didn't have a very good year.
So, what happened to you?
I'll lay there for a second. Kind of silence. And let it simmer for a second. Life sucks, doesn't it?
It does. But really, what happened?
Well, more than anybody else, you deserve to know, I suppose. The group that I was with, they got attacked. The leader died. He was something to me. I don't know what you call it. But let's just say more than a friend. The horse that I came in on isn't a horse. And the two others, I have no idea what happened to them. So all in all, it's been a pretty shit year. I imagine you could probably say the same.
You know, you should tell them.
I don't want to burden them. They don't need to know. Summer's in a good place. Lopeg's always in a good place. That's not the burden to bear.
Oh, you shouldn't have to bear it alone.
But I'm not now, am I? Now
She
you
will
have to.
smile for the first time.
So what?
Oh, damn.
Smile.
She's smiling.
That's
And she'll be like, yeah, I guess not. Where did they even go? Does it take that long to piss?
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Someone's yapping his ear off, Lopeg's yapping his ear off. That's the way it goes.
I swear, if they could spend eternity talking, they would.
Well, there's no telling what they're getting up to at this point. You say I share my burden with you when you're ready. I hope you share your burden with me, but I don't want to impose.
Her face goes very, like... It's not even, like, straight. It's, like, this distraught kind of look. She's, like, trying not to show it, but she really can't.
You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Like I said before, it's okay to not be okay. You just go through this anyway you need to. I more than ever understand that sometimes you're not ready to talk about it. But you make it easier.
I think if we're just getting the flowers, we'll come, like,
Yeah, as soon as you say that, please
crunching through the forest. All right, well, back.
Did your piss go okay?
Did
I
you guys
went-
go to the farm?
No.
No, I had suggested it would be probably too far away.
Okay, yeah. It is a little far, but yeah.
Everything come out okay.
Yeah.
As normal as it ever does.
You
Yes.
took a really long one.
How are you two doing?
Oh, well, just fine as usual.
Great. Well,
Summer, show her the thing.
oh yes. I'll. Are you holding them, Lopeg?
Oh yeah, I guess I am. Sorry. Lopeg's gonna hold out the bouquet of flowers.
Who are these for me?
Well, they're only your favorite. Right?
Oh.
Oh crap, did we get the wrong ones?
She looks at them.
Charisma save.
Yep.
DM just charisma.
More Lenora.
Disadvantage.
It's pretty bad.
Comes another.
Oh.
Wasted that
Damn
20.
it.
No.
Yeah, I'll
Dude.
let... I don't know.
Can
if
I do something before this breakdown happens?
Before this happened.
Yeah, you can.
I take out the flower that you gave me, and it looks like the petals have wilted.
Oh shit. Damn.
And now I start crying.
Oh, fuck.
And I'll go and kneel in front of her. I'm gonna cast this. Let's see what happens. As you're like holding it, I'm gonna cup my hands around the outside of your hands, and I'm gonna cast Mending on the flower.
So
Does anything happen?
normally with mending, it only works on mundane objects. But this is such a beautiful moment of roleplay that I'm gonna make you roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Real quick.
It is my magical item that I made.
Roll with advantage.
It also can physically restore magical items.
Never mind. Don't roll with.
That's pretty good.
Fucking Summer, when it comes to Arcana, he's just so good.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, I guess the spell can physically repair a magical item.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, like the flower is back in full bloom.
Lenora's just crying.
Doesn't the flower show a projection?
No, the flower was just a scent of the flower itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
the scent also wafts even stronger than from like the fresh bouquet.
Yeah. But since she brought out the flower, he's gonna actually take out his projector and just
You will have my gifts.
press play on it. And it's just gonna be like, oh, have fun, over and over again.
We miss you. Stay
Yeah.
safe. Summer is gonna start crying now too.
Lopeg, anything from you before?
Lopeg doesn't know what to do because he tried to do something nice for Lenora and she cried, and then he hugged her before and she cried, and now he's just standing there with a bouquet of flowers that he thought were her favorite, worried that if he does anything else,
Poor
she's going
Lopeg.
to cry again.
Oh
Lopeg, you are literally you have 21 wisdom, my friend. You know that you
Right.
are these are not tears that you did something wrong.
I know, I'm just worried that I'm going to evoke some emotion that I don't know what I did to evoke the motion.
And
You can have 30 wisdom. When it comes to a woman, you're not going to know what you're doing.
totally
That is
fair.
a really good point.
you
what's
all-
the once the flower is fixed, he's gonna like look up at Lenora, just like tears streaming down his cheeks. See, hasn't changed.
I guess we were all together all along anyway.
And on that note, tears and regaling of tales that occurred within the last year and a half, the sounds of all your voices when they were younger saying, "Goodbye for now, we'll miss you, we love you, be safe," on repeat, and smiles on your faces in that little projection, the smell of carnations under the night sky with tents set up around a very special rock. We are going to fade up into the stars and return next time.
Yay!
I want to say, everyone in the chat,
Oh man.
if you enjoyed this session, next week we should be having another session if timing goes right. It might be a different campaign though. So if you want to get on that, go ahead and click that link that I just posted in the chat. It'll pop you into our Discord and you can join, and I'll give you the adventurer role so you can stay up to date with everything.
I'm excited that we're running multiple campaigns on the same channel, because it kind of gives people a variety of different like feels.
Oh yeah,
DMs,
and
different stories.
Yep, everybody gets a chance to sit in on a new story potentially every week. Sometimes we might run into like a twofer, where we run the same one 2 times in a row, or but we currently we all have campaigns running. I think Maki's trying to get one going right now. But it's a matter of scheduling right now. But as of right now, Sundays are the day. We usually play at the same time. 6:30 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. That would be 4:35 at Mountain Time, or 5:36 Central. All you Pacific Time people can do the math to figure that out. All the same, we love you. Thank you for tuning in, everyone who was here to listen to this first real chapter in the real story of Open Doors to Twilight. Once again, I'd like to thank all of my players for their absolutely fantastic role play. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Roberry, and thank you, Maki. Another thanks to the Forge and Foundry. Shouts out to Twitch.tv. Shouts out to Discord. Shouts out to Imagine Pro. Shouts out to Suno, everybody we thanked at the beginning. This has been great fun. I've never DM'd in front of a live audience before, and it's been a blast. And I look forward to the next time I get the opportunity with these fantastic people playing in my world.
Yeah.
Anyone else got anything before we cut it off?
No?
I'm good.
Good.
Thank you all. We love you. Peace and love. Make good decisions. Listen to your parents if your parents are responsible people. Make smart financial decisions. If you don't think you can afford it, you probably can't. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. If you See yellow snow, don't eat it.
God.
Um,
When you get there.
Yep, always say please and thank you.
These are great messages.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting my weekend brief by my sergeant.
Oh,
Yeah, if
speaking
you
of
don't
that, don't add, subtract, or add, reduce, or multiply over the weekend.
Yeah, Sundays are for relaxing and playing Dungeons and Dragons with your friends, or watching streams about people playing Dungeons and Dragons with their friends. Thank you all very, very much, and have a wonderful rest of your night, day, morning, noon, night, whatever.
Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.